Hello and welcome to another episode of Full Spectrum Reacts. We have a very special video to react to today. I'm Trey, of course.
I'm Rugland.
We
We're kinda
both
excited about this one.
adore Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
I don't think it's our favorite for either one of us, if I remember right.
No. Mine's one. Mine's
Right.
mine's the original one. Nothing hit. Final Fantasy VII changed my life.
Right.
Along a certain time, definitely. One. When I put one in and cranked it up.
Yeah.
In the NES and the prologue
Right.
starts that run, that scale. That was like the most awesome stuff I'd ever heard. That was the music of angels
Right.
coming out of this little blip 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 machine.
And it still gets you today. It does.
Oh, it does.
It's so good.
I got goosebumps right now. I want to do that. But yeah, the Final Fantasy VII. I think it's gonna come in second. Probably with maybe. I really like 9.
9's very good.
I really do.
For me,
But,
it's FF4, and it will always be FF4, I believe, because of the way that story goes. But Zack Fair, who is only like tangentially related to the original FF7, is I guess he's important. He's not tangential. He's just not, you don't get to play as him. He is my favorite character in the entire franchise.
Look, I know many people whose favorite character is Sid.
Right.
So,
yeah.
In whatever game, they're not happy. They'll play every one of them, but they're not happy until they find Sid.
Yeah.
Saying.
And we both played Original 7, beaten it a couple times. I've played Remake, Part 1. You have not yet. You're trying to wait, I believe, for the whole thing to come out. So hopefully this will give us another announcement for that today.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I'm really hoping it's not just Battle Royale. Because there is a mobile Battle Royale that's coming that we already know is coming called Ever Crisis.
I don't
The Last Soldier, I think that's what's called.
I don't think so. I'm sure we're gonna get some ads for it or something like that. Yeah. But I don't think so. I think it's gonna be more than that.
I want this to be a trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, and it shows playable Zack Fair, and then I'm just gonna lose my mind. Are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
I'm really nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I am.
It's not subject to change. Yes, we know. They may change it. Really? That's what you're going to start with that one? Oh, stab me in the heart right off the bat.
Yep, of course. I think we are a half second off from each other. But it's not bad enough to be a problem.
All right.
Advent Children, yeah.
Children, yeah, got it.
Dirge of Cerberus is next, right? No, Before Crisis. Okay. The mobile game that came out on, like, old school phones, like Blackberries. And then Crisis Core, my boy, Zack Fair. I love him. He's from Gagaga. Dirge of Cerberus, yep. It's a weird game. I like it, but it's a weird game.
Are we just getting an ad for a box set?
I mean, look, I'm going to be honest with you. If they put everything in one box,
yeah,
I'm going to have to get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. Celebration time. Do we cut straight to a trailer, or do we have... Okay.
Let us defy destiny together.
We're gonna drop plate number 7.
They're gonna do what?
What the?
Okay.
This will be a memory to cherish for the rest of your lives.
Oh no.
So, right now we're still looking at, like, 7 Remake stuff, right? From Part 1.
They deserve what's coming to them.
Yeah, but I'm not your sister.
No.
Let the hunt begin.
Okay, right, yeah.
Surrender to the darkness. Embrace it.
This is just wrong.
Right. Remake Part 1, and that's Intergrade, which includes the Yuffie DLC. Oh, it's coming to Steam, June 17th. Okay. That's good. That means mods.
皆さんこんにちは。ファイナルファンタジー7 25周年放送、ファイナルファンタジー7 25th アニバーサリーセレブレーションの案内役を務めます北瀬義則です。この放送では FF7 に関連したさまざまな情報をお届けしていきます。
Okay. Gonna click closed captions.
短
They're
い時
not
間
giving
ではあ
them
りますが、
automatically like
皆
Dragon
様
Dogma
に
did.
お伝えしたい最新情報がたくさんありますので、ぜひ最後までお付き合いください。最初にご覧いただいたのはファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードの
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing to have released for sure on Steam. People have been waiting for
スティー
that.
ブンユーザーの皆さん、
Yeah.
お待たせいたしました。ついにこの日がやってまいりました。プレイステーション4版ファイナルファンタジー7リメイクはおかげさまで皆様に大変高い評価をいただき
It'll
まし
also make it really easy
た。昨
to
年は
play
プレイステーション5版
play it again in a row with the new
向けに
one
は
whenever it
ファイナルファ
eventually
ンタ
comes
ジー
out.
7リメイクインターグレードを
If they, hopefully they release that one on Steam at the same.
こ
Yeah,
の度 Steam
same
で
day.
リリースすることで
Also bringing it to. Oh, right, it was already on Epic. Now it's coming to Steam. Right.
考えております。またファイナルファンタジー7リメイク
Of course.
インタ
Yeah,
ーグレー
of
ドは
course.
Yeah, but no,
すで
thank
に
you.
一部地域で発売されている Steam デックにも対応いたします。Steam デックなら場所を選ばず気
But
軽
it's
に
not
本
gonna be on
作
the
を楽
Switch
しみい
though.
た
What
だ
do you
きま
think?
す。
The
さて
Switch might
続い
catch
て
on
は
fire.
FF7 25周年に関連した情報をご覧くだ
Don't
さ
see
い。
that happening.
There were some PS4s that were really struggling to run the base game. Of course, 25th anniversary merch.
All right, I like the clock.
Yeah. Okay.
I can do with that. What is this one? Oh, that's gonna be expensive. I'm sure they're all expensive.
Yeah. New Play Arts Kai statues
Yeah.
or figures, not statues. Sorry.
Yeah.
Static art statue. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's that?
Of course. Of course. It's a bangle that you can wear.
Yeah.
With a Shinra logo. Of course.
Oh, on vinyl. That's interesting.
Too bad you can't slot accessories into those. Yeah?
Yeah.
How have you gotten so much further ahead of me now? What is going on, YouTube? A campaign.
On Mississippi.
What is the campaign going to have in it,
FF7 25周年をファンの皆様と楽しめるようさまざまな試みを準備し
There's
て
a
おりま
lot
す
to。look forward
楽しみに
to.
お待ちください。
though? Yeah.
Sounds like
それ
it.
では FF7 モバイルタイトルの情報を
Okay,
続
so
け
now we're
て
getting
ご
the
覧くだ
Last
さい。
Soldier, the
Yeah.
Battle Royale. Maybe it's going to look better this time. Maybe they'll sell me on it here. Or First Soldier, sorry, that's the title.
Right.
Water materia, okay, yeah. Machinist style. I mean, if I was going to play a Battle Royale, it would probably be this one, right? On my phone. But
Yeah.
it's just not selling it to me.
Not really. It's not that. But it looks like any other thing I would get.
Yeah, this could be PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds on a Midgar map, right?
Yeah. There's like a whole bunch of soldiers.
Right. It's free with in-app purchases, so you know.
Well, hey, there's people. They're gonna be doing it. They're gonna be blasting each other.
Yeah.
What is this? The screen is dark.
What do we got here? Another possibility for a remake.
What's this?
This is Crisis Core, right?
What's this?
Because that's Zack meeting Yuffie for the first time.
What's going on here?
So they did this for
I
Final
didn't-
Fantasy 15 with a little chibi remake version. I need to see how the battle system looks, though. I need to see that. Because I am down for this. If it's gonna be Crisis Core and FF7 like OG.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Different layout there, but it looks pretty understandable.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward.
I'm here for it, honestly. I really like those profiles, the portraits.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So the UI looks a lot different to me.
Right.
But it looks like it plays. It's the same.
Right.
Unless I was missing something there with a timing system. Oh, look at this.
Yeah. And it definitely is still using like the remake, Final Fantasy VII remake graphics for the combat.
Yes.
But obviously playing turn-based, which is really interesting. Yes, Genova.
Yeah. Genosis Spy.
Nope. Right? It's really funny to me that we're getting these scenes in this style instead of the FF7 remake style.
Yeah.
Because that's what I expected we get. Oh, yeah.
Still just excited.
So hyped still. Ever Crisis. Okay, so that's Crisis Core. Oh, it's iOS Android. Hey, look, I'll play it. I'll play it.
I'll see what my phone can do.
Right. Because if I need confirmation that it is all of Crisis Core and not just sections of Crisis Core.
Yeah, like a side mashup store, just mashing up the two stories in a weird way.
But if it really is like the whole story of Final Fantasy VII, like all of it, I'm game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now this will be, so I'm looking at the time, this will have to be Remake 2, right?
Boy, oh boy.
Oh, no, my boy.
The price of freedom is steep.
If you start playing Crisis Freedom right now, I will cry. I'm going to tell you that right now. That song gets me every time.
Making progress, Zach.
And Geo.
Is this remake or is this like a Crisis Core remake?
It's showtime.
He's got his AP bar. He's got the roulette wheel. This doesn't look like the UI for Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Genesis. A month ago, he went missing during a mission in Wutai.
You know, I've never actually seen you use that. Don't you think it's sort of a waste?
Use brings about wear, tear, and rust, and that's a real waste.
I'm losing my mind right now. I need to know, is this a full Crisis Core remake? Because I'm 100% on board with that.
Absolutely, man. This is amazing.
Like, Crisis Core is such a great game.
Project G.
But it was stuck on the PSP, and so a lot of people will go, well, why is Zach Fair your favorite character? Like, well, you need to play Crisis Core. It's on PSP.
Genesis.
Or know the story.
Right.
Zach, the puppy. What do you know? Shit, lapdogs!
Oh, man.
It looks so good, man.
I was just about to say that.
How did they up-res a PSP game to look like this? They probably just had to make it new, right? Yeah.
May just have rebuilt it.
Heaven?
Not quite.
Not quite.
It's a church.
By the way, what is your dream? To become first?
You never played Crisis Core, did you?
To become
No, but I know the story.
Right.
Good.
Because
Unattainable dreams are the best kind.
yeah.
Yeah.
embrace your dreams. And whatever happens, protect
I never had a
your honor.
PSP.
As soldier!
Oh, this game. Yes! Yes!
Reunion.
Yes!
Core reunion.
This winter? Game of the year.
Xbox.
Sorry, Elden Ring. Yeah, it's coming out on everything.
Nintendo
Steam?
Switch.
What?
Nintendo
次の
Switch.
映像が最後の情報です。
Okay, all right. Sorry, Elden Ring. Game of the year just got announced.
ご覧ください。
this will be remake part 2, right? There's no way they do a 25th anniversary of, right?
What we've done, that's set in stone. The past
So,
is forever.
All I will
But
tell
the
you as
future,
someone, because you
even
haven't
if
played
it
remake
has
yet,
been written, can be changed.
things are probably going to be
So
different than
focus
you
on the
remember.
future,
They'll
not the
change some
past.
things.
Okay.
He wants to finish what he started.
Oh, it looks so good.
He wants to reclaim his birthright and rule over the planet with Genova at his side.
You just
Saw
told
you
me he's
lying
in
there. I figured it was too late.
Wait, what are you implying? That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter?
You were here with me 5 years ago.
It's the basis of so many Final Fantasy games.
Where are you?
Right.
And I love it.
What happened to you?
I'm
Yep.
trying so
It's that
hard
scene.
to find you.
Sorry. Feel like I failed you.
Golly.
Oh, it's called Rebirth. So they are going to have different subtitles for each one. Next winter.
That one's just on the PS5.
Right. It'll probably come out on everything else eventually, but
Much later, yeah.
ファイナルファンタジー7リメイクプロジェクトの第2作目にあたる
Rebirth.
ファイナルファ
Second
ンタジ
title
ー
in
7
remake.
リ
Okay.
バースを発表させていただきました現在チーム
ええ
一丸となって鋭意制作中ですそしてリメイク
I
プロ
can't
ジェ
wait.
クトの発
I don't
表
have
か
the
ら
time.
複数作にわたって展開することをお伝えしておりましたがファイナルファン
complete
タジー
project.
7
3-part series. Okay.
ファイナルファンタジ
Confirmation.
ー7リバース
3 parts.
そして
One final
その先
title.
のもう一作の全3部作で完結することをお知らせいたします。
Remake.
まずはファイナルファンタジー
Rebirth.
リバースを楽しみにしていた
I
だ
was
き
going to say reunion, but you can't call it that because that's Crisis Core. Crisis Core's reunion.
お付き合いいただければと思います。
Okay. Okay.
25周年も
Yeah, I mean, I'm
そ
in.
れ
You
以
got
降
me.
も
Yeah.
皆様に
I'm not
お
going
楽しみ
near.
いただけるようチーム一同尽力してまいります。
Heck yeah.
本日はお付き合いいただきましてありがとうございました。
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. That was great, man.
Oh, man. So, I have to ask, what are you most excited for out of all that?
I don't know. My brain's kind of a muddle right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've got so much. Oh man.
For me, it's
Sephiroth-
Crisis Core.
Yeah, I know, no doubt, and I definitely that is awesome. Oh,
Winter. I get to replay Crisis Core on a console that's not hot garbage this winter. Sorry, PSP fans. The Vita was vastly superior to the PSP.
they never, I don't know. They never got a very strong in the handheld. It didn't seem like.
No. And this is a chance to play it with it like able to run at more than 20 frames a second.
Man, seeing I don't know, having the titles going. There's a couple of those. I'm like, what am I going to play it on?
Right. Because there's so many options.
Yeah.
Also, I can't imagine what it must be like for you now watching those bits, getting to see the scenes from the original game that were redone in Crisis Core that now we get to see in HD. Because I've already seen them in what in my brain was HD. It wasn't. It was standard definition. But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Zack meeting Aerith. It's like, oh, ha ha.
Dude, I don't know. The Final Fantasy was just that time in my life was another point when it came out that it was just an escape.
Yeah.
From reality, and for the longest time I couldn't remember. You may why I couldn't remember Cloud's name. I couldn't remember being Cloud. That wasn't his name.
Right.
Right. I renamed everybody.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm
so stoked.
Yeah.
Next winter we get the next part.
I don't know. If I was going to put my hand down, I would almost say Rebirth.
Yeah, that's fair.
For story purposes,
so
or just nostalgia.
I have another question for you. You haven't played Remake, but you played the original 7. Like we talked about earlier, we both beat it multiple times.
Yes.
Remake ends at the end of Midgard, which is a very short step into FF7 as a whole, but is very dense, right? There's a lot going on. So Remake covers all of that. Where do you think, without spoiling things for people that are waiting and playing them in whole parts here, where do you think Rebirth is going to end?
Okay, so let's run through.
I think it ends after Holy. If I'm breaking FF7 into 3 parts, that is a perfect cliffhanger.
Because, well, okay.
I need to go further, though, because it might not be far enough to be able to constitute a full game.
Well, not because you've got to be stepping out into some kind of really big world here in a minute.
Oh, for sure.
You know, getting out of that. And
do we stop at the breakdown and go back to Nibelheim? Or do we stop with the weapons when the weapons first show up, and that's our cliffhanger?
Possibly.
Because the third game had a lot to cover. It's got to cover that entire end game.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm a little stumped.
Yeah.
I'm a little stumped because, like I said, one of the things was exploring.
Yeah.
And are you going to give? Is there going to be a way to? Are you going to get chocobo races? Are you going to get?
I think so. I'm a little discouraged from it because they put Fort Condor in the Yuffie DLC, where you can go to Fort Condor and do all that there. My hope is that in Rebirth you still get access to Fort Condor, but because you still have that whole chunk of the continent, But I don't know that. It could be that it's just places you can teleport to or travel to, But
I wonder if they will limit it or set it up the way they're running this. I'm not 100% sure how they're running the story.
Right.
For it.
I'm desperately trying not to spoil that for you.
But I'm kind of wondering if it gets set up based on how you travel.
Yeah, it could be. You end game 2 with the high wind?
Yeah.
That would make sense.
You're going to have to, taking off in your ship, getting the airship so you can get where you need to go.
Yeah. It also feels like they're segmenting this game by playable character, too. Because in the first game, you get Cloud, Barrett, Cloud, Barrett, Aerith, and Tifa. And you don't actually get to play as Red 13. So I feel like this Rebirth will probably be Red 13, Yuffie, Sid, and maybe Vincent.
So just think that where he would fall in.
Right.
Is that a side quest you have to find, or
what about Kate Sith? When do you get Kate Sith? It's all up in the air at this point. And is Zack going to be playable? Are they going to do like a sequence? I'm trying not to spoil too much for people that haven't played Crisis either. Are they going to do like a sequence that lets you play as Zack?
I don't know. As much as they got to fit in, because in Final Fantasy VII, so many of there's extra party members that you can pick up that are completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Or you can miss not unnecessary. I don't want to say
right.
That.
I know what you mean though.
Don't make grad, but you beat the game. You can beat the game never meeting them because you didn't go to this jungle.
Yeah.
You didn't go
to that
find
basement.
Or the basement, yes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I don't know, man. It's kind of really hard for me.
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like, I'm wondering if you spend enough. See that the first time I play a game, where it's got a story like that, I play it like the story's urgent, right?
Right.
Like there is a time limit, so usually I'm not necessarily rushing,
right?
But I'm pushing through the story to get that, and then I'll go, then I go back and play it and explore everything.
Right.
So does it feel like they're pushing through the story, or do you feel like they're going to say, okay, now you can explore?
It definitely felt like in the first game there was a lot less exploration. But I feel like that might have been tied to the hardware restrictions. Because
or is it the area where that story is? Because there's not a whole lot you can.
It also could be that. There's a couple small open areas, but a lot of that game chugged on PS4, which was the launch console for it. Because they were just asking too much of PS4. And the PS5 version runs so much better. And that's why I think that we'll probably get more exploration in this one, in Rebirth.
Okay. All right, then.
Let us know, as usual, in the comments, or your thoughts in the comment section.
Please.
Any other thoughts before we close, Rungrid?
I don't think so, man. Like I said, that was a lot in a short video. That my brain is still trying to piece, but like where everything's going to sit chronologically.
Yeah,
like
I'm going to play EverCrest on my phone. I'm probably not going to play First Soldier on my phone.
No, that was the one thing that I can say that just didn't interest me.
Yeah.
On that, and like I said,
really,
I can play it if my phone will run the other.
Yeah. I'm really surprised we didn't get like a new Blu-ray version of Advent Children or something announced with extra bonus features. I expected that to happen.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. With much stuff they just announced.
Yeah, that's true.
And obviously, some of that stuff's going to be harder to program and work. And so some people have been putting a lot of work.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A lot of work on that. So now that maybe after winter, I say this, I would love to have just make the Final Fantasy VII movie.
Yeah.
Series. Excuse me, not movie unless you're doing like 7 of them.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Final Fantasy VII, 7 movies. 2 hours each.
Yep. It's gonna take a little while. Make sure you give them the time they deserve.
Yeah. So I can watch that, and then spend a weekend on that, and then spend a weekend on Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Same thing. But dude, no, I'm a little bit freaked out. I'm very excited. There was way more than I was expecting.
Yeah, I expected we'd just get like, hey, we're working on Remake Part 2, and instead we got.
Well, I thought Remake Part 2, they'll give us another Final Fantasy VII remake.
Right.
And then have, merchandise.
Right.
But that, man, there was so much more in there.
Price is cool.
Well, Rebirth Reunion. Sorry, Rebirth. Yep. Is it Rebirth Reunion?
Remake, no, Rebirth.
Remake, Rebirth. And then the third one to be named at a later date.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
And the first one that's coming out, Remake, that was the one that was available all over the stinking place.
Yeah.
Rebirth, only on the PS5 from what we saw from that.
Right. And Remake is finally coming to Steam, which is cool. So.
Yeah, and Switch.
Yeah.
No.
Not Switch.
Yes.
No. Ever Crisis is coming to Switch, and Crisis Core Remake's coming to Switch.
Right. Okay. Man.
Yeah, it's confusing. They all have such similar names.
Gosh.
Also, I just thought about it. Remake, Rebirth. What if the final one is Relife?
I don't know. Resurge. There's so much.
Because I'm thinking live stream right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Recreate, maybe?
Possibly.
What I'm saying is if it's called Recreate, you have to retroactively come back and subscribe to this channel if you watch this video.
Sounds like a fair deal.
All right, then. I'm sure we'll have more to talk about this on Tuesday once we've had time to process it all. But until next time, I've been Trey.
I've been Rungren.
We've been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the Full Spectrum. Final Fantasy VII has to offer.